What's up, everybody? I know I mostly just cover comic book related stuff, but there are other things I want to cover, such as horror films. I'm a big fan of horror, and this is going to be an interesting case. I'm going to be talking about Child's Play 2019, the reboot that just came out starring Mark Hamill. And here's the interesting thing about it. When this movie was first announced, I had zero interest whatsoever. I didn't care about Child's Play growing up. I watched it. I thought it was okay. I never loved it or hated it. So I have no emotional ties to Child's Play. So I wasn't part of the fandom that was like, oh, this looks like shit, or, oh, wow, that looks awesome. You know, I just didn't care. But over the last few months, things have gotten me slightly more interested, such as the announcement of Mark Hamill playing Chucky. Not gonna lie, that definitely piqued my interest a little bit. And then, when Bear McCreary's music came out, I was very curious. So I decided to check it out, and I gotta say, I had a ton of fun watching this movie. I really liked it. Now, for those who are curious, no, this is nothing like the original. Yes, it features a killer doll named Chucky and a kid named Andy Barkley, and that's about it. The rest of the movie is completely different. There's no voodoo. He's not a serial killer trapped in a doll's body. No, this is a completely different movie, which may set some people off, but I personally think it works because it tries giving its own identity. It never tries being an updated version of the original. It's a very unique version of Child's Play, and with a talented director behind it, it works. It looks great. There's some great camera angles involved. I really like the color. The movie is very colorful, surprisingly, and it looks really nice. I really like the look of this movie. And then you got the music. Oh my god, Bear McCreary, you fantastic motherfucker. I love the music of this movie. For those of you that don't know, music to me is like half the movie. I'm sorry, I love music. And when he revealed his main theme for the movie, which I'll actually just put a link to in a card in the corner, go listen to that shit. It is amazing to listen to. If they make sequels to this movie, I could see that being like becoming an iconic theme now. But what also makes it work is the actors. Gabriel Bateman, who plays Andy, this kid is talented. This kid's got a bright future. Every scene, he deals with so much emotion. He's intense. You feel for him. There's a lot of funny moments with him that actually got me to laugh. I really like this kid. And that definitely translates when you have such a good actor playing Chucky, Mark Hamill. And Mark Hamill's version, I love this Chucky. Because he's very different from Brad Dourif. He isn't some sadistic serial killer. No, he's actually a very innocent figure who just wants to make Andy happy. He's victim to his programming gone wrong. And so, you know, he's never intentionally evil. Which kind of leads to one of my most unique experiences watching this movie. I felt sorry for Chucky. Like, there's a few scenes where stuff happens to Chucky, and I gotta admit, it got me choked up a little bit. Because, it's not his fault. He just wants to make Andy happy, and he's doing it the wrong way. He doesn't understand the way how the world works. So, when things go wrong, I don't want to say sympathize with him. I don't know. It's such a unique experience I had watching it. I felt so bad for Chucky. And that's kind of the reason why I praise this movie so much. Because it didn't try to be, foul-mouthed, sadistic Brad Dourif version, who, I'll admit, I still enjoy. He was probably like the only thing I enjoyed the most about the original movies. But Mark Hamill, he plays it so differently, with so much heart and soul to the character, it becomes like its own standalone version that I could see becoming almost as iconic as Brad Dourif's. I mean, the first 20 to 30 minutes doesn't even feel like a horror film. It starts off feeling like a Steven Spielberg-esque film about, this is the story about a boy and his doll, his artificial intelligence doll. They become best friends. It feels like that at first. Then things go downhill, and that's when we get to the kills. The kills in this movie are awesome. These are some of the most brutal kills I've ever seen. Especially one with a snowblower. And that's all I'm going to say. The snowblower scene is possibly one of the coolest kills I've ever seen in a horror film. Like, that reminds me of something I'd seen, like, the later Friday the 13th movies, and it was glorious to watch. I love that kill. And one thing I really liked was that a lot of the kills are done practically. There is some CG elements in some of the kills, which, when they happen, you're like, that makes sense. You can't do everything with practical. And the things that are done with CGI, they look pretty good. But for the most part, it's all practical. And I really like that. There's some good tension. There's some good comedy. Yeah, there's a lot of funny elements to this movie. Especially when it comes to Detective Mike. Who, by the way, I really liked. I really liked his portrayal. He was actually like my second favorite character in the whole movie. Some of the friends that Andy has, they're funny. But that gets me one of my negatives, is that this movie tries to go for a Stranger Things / It kind of scenario where, it's a bunch of kids going up against the villain. And they kind of set it up that way, but it doesn't really go anywhere. And the kids, I think there's only like one or two that are decent, but there's a couple that I'm like, whatever. They're either forgettable or they just don't have that well written of a part. I like the girl. The girl was kind of cool, but the other two were kind of like, whatever. But it's okay. The movie focuses on Andy, and he is the one that takes home the glory. He is great. My other negative is that the movie feels kind of short. I mean, the movie, for the most part, it has some great tension, and it does have a great climax. But the climax feels like it just kind of, boom, comes out of nowhere, and kind of makes me wish they spent a little more time building it up. Maybe like 10 to 20 minutes longer. That's about it. Other than that, I had a blast watching this movie. It was fun, it was tense, it was funny, it had a lot of heart and soul, and in my opinion, and this is where the comments are going to castrate me, I know, I kinda like this one more than the original.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, I can already feel the dislike button going down right there, and I can already feel the comment section filling up and calling me traitors to the horror franchise, but I'm sorry, I like this one more than the original. Like I said, I don't hold emotional or nostalgic ties to the original. So, yeah, take that how you will. I like this one more. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. From beginning to end, it was one of the most satisfying horror films I've ever watched. With that said, what are your thoughts on Child's Play 2019? I had a blast. With that said, what are your thoughts on Child's Play 2019? Leave your thoughts down below. Like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more episodes, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.